What is going on YouTube? Hitting back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. Specifically in today's video, we have to talk about the recent consolidation that's been taking place on almost every single cryptocurrency, including the stock market. Now, what's interesting is yesterday I made a video referencing the fact that there's really only like 1 day left in this kind of consolidative period on XRP specifically, since its 4-hour chart was showing signs of potentially either a a pennant flag or an asymmetrical triangle forming here. You can see jumping right into XRP's chart, and if I jump right to the 4-hour, you can see that we were or currently are forming some sort of symmetrical triangle formation here. We could have just broken through it, or if I slightly tweak this, you can see we're pretty much still teeter-tottering right on the top here, and a decision is going to have to be made very, very, very soon. We are clearly creating higher lows and lower highs, filling in the gap here, and consistently rejecting off the top resistance and following and using the bottom support here consistently. So we've pretty much proven that this is definitely a support not to be messed with and a resistance not to be messed with. Clear resistance, clear resistance, clear resistance. As we slowly intertwine and entangle within here, a decision is going to have to be made very, very, very soon. And when that time comes, we will be taking advantage of this, obviously leverage trading either to the upside or the downside when we do decide to pop. You can see now that we had to slightly tweak this, which I'm sure I'm already getting hate for down in the comments below. We are now, we will be moving it closer to another couple days, maybe, no, not a couple days, but maybe a day or two at the most here. I also noticed a few of you guys were commenting questions as to why you're not seeing that many comments. You guys have to understand that I am manually reviewing every single one of your comments, and it takes a long time to review every single one of your comments and then to hide all these spam and remove all these spam and scammers that are popping up in my accounts here. So for those that are new, they don't know that, and that's what's going on, because I can easily say stop hiding reviews or stop reviewing, and you guys can get all the spam comments you want. And I've already had people message me that they've fallen for the scam, so this is just my way of helping. You know, I got other things to do, but this is my way of helping. So, you know, do with that as you will. You know, we're also in a bear market, so that's why views are low. So I don't know, I just it's a little annoying, some of the comments that are made, but I've already dealt with it before. I can honestly care less, but I just wanted to let you guys know. But moving forward, we are also looking at Ethereum here, and then Bitcoin, so on and so forth. What I do want to say, though, is today's video is sponsored by none only than Citus Heroes, which is a super cool game, a AAA MMORPG game right here called Citus Heroes. Basically, you can access this all on the computer, which is really cool, but it's a way, kind of this new, you know, GameFi type of space where they have created a very, very, very cool, mind-blowing, multi-genre adventure game here, which you can take a part of. It's actually really cool, and more so, they have now created a game called XENNA. You can see here it's already available. It's just really cool what people have created, and it's a way, it's the way that, you know, certain types of video games should be going to in the good direction, because a lot of this in-game stuff, you know, using things like World of Warcraft, when you would purchase in-game, you know, files or in-game weapons and stuff like that, it's not necessarily yours, and you can't really sell it. Some of these things become valuable. Same thing with Fortnite. Well, XENNA allows you to actually trade that, make money, and get rewarded in cryptocurrencies and NFTs, which is really cool. It's a way gaming should start to move, which is exciting here. And it's always yours, and it's on the public ledger, so you can't necessarily lose it here. But with all that being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button. More information on XENNA and Citus Heroes later on in today's video. Smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's dive into today's episode. So guys, moving forward, also my second channel, just super quickly here, for those that are wondering, I am currently in the process of editing a video for the second channel in my way of currently trying to find a salvage car to buy. I lost the last one, which I'll show you guys in a video, but hopefully I win this one here. I'm excited to make that video. So definitely make sure to subscribe to this channel, just keeping you guys updated. But diving into the technical analysis, you can see top 10 cryptocurrencies. Market is still kind of teeter-tottering on the $1 trillion level, down only 0.96%, but over 1 trillion. You can see we are slowly sliding lower, sliding lower, sliding lower, so on and so forth here. And we are still consolidating in that period here. Our main focus obviously is XRP on the 4-hour and the daily charts here. Like I said, on the weekly charts, I'm very much so bullish in regards to slowly but surely moving up to the monthly plate here. Even with this kind of bull flag forming, I do strongly believe over time we should ideally move up to levels like this inside the moving averages here, you know, right dead center smack around 50 to even 95 cents at a top. It could be a little bit lower now, maybe 75 to 85 cents here, but ideally this is the pattern that I expect to see movements here long term, hence why we bought it at 38 cents and haven't sold or leveraged at all. Now, when you look at the daily, this also is showing bullish sentiment with the bull flag that's forming here. Typically, this has a bullish bias, a textbook bullish bias, and this is exactly what is forming here. So we are looking for a potential break to the upside. Then when you jump to the 4-hour, we see a pennant flag, which also could be bullish sentiment to break to the upside here. It doesn't usually break downwards here. Ideally, when we have patterns like this breaks us down. You can see it like this. And when we have patterns like this breaks us up with the consolidation in here. That's the ideal movement that we're looking for here as it slowly scales us up. But obviously consolidation takes place. We were looking for bottoms. We're kind of drawing bottoms here. We had kind of 3 points of confirmation here. We found top resistance. We fell back down. We're just kind of skewing this and scaling it so that we can get a better overview. But you can see this is pretty much dead on here with the downtrend forming. You can see with supports here. So we have price floor, downtrend here. We're really filling in this gap, and soon we are going to make a decision. It might not take us all, until the 27th or 28th into February, the end of the month, to figure out what exactly we're doing. We could easily break this today. We could easily break this tomorrow. It could happen right now. We don't know necessarily. But what we do know is that there is clearly a price floor not to be messed with and a price ceiling not to be messed with. So we know if we break through top resistance, we'll buy in long. If we break through the price floor, we'll buy in and short. With that all being said, I do want to talk a little bit more about Citus Heroes with you. I want to give a huge shout out to Citus for sponsoring today's episode. As with all cryptocurrency projects, please do your own research and never invest anything you can't afford to lose. So guys, Citus Heroes is a blockchain MMORPG game and the first DeFi game to introduce AAA and WebGL into the play to earn P2E NFT ecosystem. Now, AAA refers to games that are produced with extremely high budgets, and WebGL offers players incredible visual performances without using plugins in a web browser. Now, with Citus Heroes, you don't need any special software to start playing, and you can even enter the game directly from its website anywhere in the world. But enough talk about Citus Heroes. What I want to tell you about is their new game called XENNA. For those who aren't familiar yet with XENNA, it's the first ever mobile strategy game featuring battle royale mechanics. It was developed by Cyber Games and published by Citus Gates to scale up the Citus metaverse. And the best part is XENNA is a completely free-to-play game. XENNA is one of the planets of the Citus metaverse, abandoned by its inhabitants after the meteorite containing deadly bacteria collided with the planet. It is now that bacteria that draws treasure hunters and explorers. The bacterium had an unforeseen side effect that made the natural resources of XENNA, oil in particular, extremely valuable assets due to bacterium-based changes in the resource's chemical structure. Now, these resources are now hunted by the inhabitants of XENNA and other planets. The Xenians themselves were forced to leave their home and extract resources using robots controlled from orbital stations. Only female Xenians managed to survive, becoming a kind of galactic race of Amazons. As you can see, the lobby is the main interface of the game where you can see your robot, and the menu on the left side shows all the updates and where new robots will be added. In the future, those who transport their other characters will appear on this menu as well. Now, what's cool is in the upper left part of the screen, you can see where the daily trophy progress is displayed for the weekly bonus. XENNA also has different battle styles, and you can partake in such as their battle royale and also multiple tower games. Overall, Citus utilizes a double token economy, allowing different categories of users to keep their interests separate. The Citus and Senate tokens are the native tokens of the games and are listed on Bitfinex, Gate, AscendDX, Bybit, Uniswap, DexTools, and Citus was even just listed on KuCoin, and it saw an immediate price surge upwards, which is really cool. Now, keep in mind the Citus token is their universal utility token for all internal game processes, such as the labor market, salaries between specialists in a game, and transactions and many other things. Their Senate token is their governance political token, and it's used for political fractions, elections to become a senator or president of the game, real estate, DAO voting, and a few other things. So guys, with all that being said, Citus Heroes NFT is offering an airdrop where you can join down below. It's completely free and gives you the chance to earn your own hero. Otherwise, shout out to Citus Heroes and XENNA for sponsoring today's episode, and let's get back into the technical analysis. this. So guys, diving back into the technical analysis, in order to wrap up today's video, looking at Ethereum and Bitcoin here, which is doing pretty much exactly what we figured here, we need to talk about the S&P 500 first. And the reason is because the S&P 500 has been for its entirety, for not its entirety, for a couple of months now, maybe a year and a half now, it has been so much so intertwined and ingrained with Bitcoin and Ethereum here, where usually what happens with the S&P moves Bitcoin and Ethereum in the same direction. And the fact that we just corrected lower here, now we have 3 days of consolidation bouncing off the bottom, off its moving average here, it's pulled Bitcoin down with it, which is perfect. It's what was expected here. We did say that this is an aggressive short opportunity here. Ethereum as well, rejecting off top. There's a good chance we would get back inside our sideways channel here and potentially head lower. Now, we're trying to find whether or not this is the bottom, and this is where things get a little bit tricky here. The S&P 500, if I jump to the the weekly charts, my apologies, we are retesting the bottom of the moving average. We consolidated up and we've hit a bottom. So there's a good chance that this could be the lowest point that we head to. This could be, the higher low formation here, and this could be the lowest point. It's possible we head lower here. We have dipped, below it in the past here, but I just think it's pretty likely that this is going to be the current bottom that we deal with here. This is it. And we might not be heading much lower than that. You can see it here, jumping on, higher low. This is probably it. Maybe we'll retest 3,900 and then flash up. But I can pretty much infer that we're either at the bottom or there's not much lower. So it's either we had a retest of 39.83 or we're going down to 39.23. 50-point movement is not a lot here, but this could pretty much infer that this is it. And then we see a swing up, and I don't know if that's going to correlate with crypto, with Bitcoin falling down to here and then swing up. That might be a much bigger drop, and that's where things are a little bit worrisome. So we'll see how things kind of pan out here. I need to see how the S&P moves. It's still possible. I just want to take a quick price range here. If we drop, this is about 2.57. It's much smaller than the drop that we would see on something like Bitcoin here. A drop from here to here would be like 12. So I don't know. It's a little interesting. Even this drop alone was about 5.9 when the drop here, no, it was pretty large too. So I don't know. It's definitely interesting. I'm not sure if that helps you, but I'm trying to just elaborate on what I'm thinking about here. And by the looks of it, we're trying to just find the bottom on the S&P. I don't think the S&P is going to dip lower than that. And with that being said, that would mean that Bitcoin maybe could see a little bit of maybe we fall down to here and then we head back up. That's kind of the range that we're looking for here. That would lower ourselves pretty well. Same thing with Ethereum. Maybe we fall down a moving average, or down to here, and then we reverse back upwards. But that's pretty much it for today's video. Huge shout out to Citus and XENNA for sponsoring today's episode. Smash the like button, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.